Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an excellent show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So as you guys know, the energy is back. There's a lot of excitement in the NBA world, especially after the news broke that Michael Jordan was going to be coming back as a special contributor for NBC Sports. A lot of people reacted to it. We reacted to it, and we're extremely elated for it. And it just shows you just the star power of a guy that hasn't played in nearly 3 decades. That for him to just say he's coming back to do this, all of a sudden everybody is like, "What?" Think about it. Certain people come back with podcasts. Michael Jordan comes back with a network. The guy came back with a network. And you better believe they're going to be doing record-breaking numbers. Why? Because of the star power of Michael Jordan. Not because of the other guys that they have on there, because of the star power of Michael Jordan. And they got some pretty notable names up there. Vince Carter, Carmelo Anthony. They're great. They're known. Nothing like Michael Jordan, right? And that just shows you the gravity of this guy. And since it's been the conversation over the last 24, 48 hours, one of the biggest LeBron James twerkers of all time, Shannon Sharpe, decided to chime in on the conversation on an episode of Nightcap with himself, Chad Johnson, and Joe Johnson, right? So they were talking about this. And at certain various points, Shannon Sharpe decided to take like a little slight dig at LeBron, and we're going to see how they get criticized and all this. But then he quickly realized, it's like, bro, this is not about LeBron. This is bigger than LeBron James. We're talking about Michael Jordan. And in the midst of him reacting to that story, it's almost as if Shannon Sharpe went into a trance. And what ended up happening was the truth started to come out of him. Because then he started to essentially explain why Michael Jordan will forever be the GOAT. And as I'm listening to him talk about MJ, I'm like, how in the world do you even think that your man LeBron James is on this guy's level? Like, what you could just tell, like, the whole thing seems like an act. Because as he's describing Michael Jordan, it's like anybody listening to this guy will tell that this guy thinks that this is the best player ever, but he has to go up here and twerk it up and lie to fans and tell them, oh, he really believes LeBron James is better than him. So these are the comments that we want to get into today. But before we even get into what Shannon had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. One of the things I love the most is making unforgettable memories with family and friends. And one of the things I hate the most is overpaying for tickets only to find out that there was a better deal out there. That's one of the reasons I started using Game Time. Game Time is the easy go-to app for last-minute tickets to sports, concert, and theater events across 60+ states in the US and Canada. Game Time saves me time, money, and stress by curating only the best deals, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time scrolling through overpriced tickets. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It highlights the best value seats instantly. No more guesswork, no more wasting time. For example, I am super excited about this Game 2 matchup between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Denver Nuggets. Here's what I like to do. I turn on all-in pricing so I know exactly what I'm paying for upfront. I check Game Time Picks to find out the most valuable deals. And finally, I pick the ticket I want. I choose between the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is going to play exactly what Shannon Sharpe had to say about the greatness of Michael Jordan and just his star power and his aura. And then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Shannon here.
He different. I mean, if you've never been around him, he talk ish about everything. I'm talking about from what you got on. He playing cards. I mean, there ain't nothing that he ain't talking ish about. And he want to gamble on everything. How long does it get from point A to point B? Man, come on, dude. I'm just here, man. Hey, how y'all do? How everybody doing, man? I ain't coming to bet no money, man. Hey, he's a very, like I said, I mean, seeing him on television don't do him justice. Yeah. You got to see him in person to get a sense and a feel of who and what this man is. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's different, bro. It's different. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I had the pleasure to be around him on numerous occasions, and I just kind of sat back and watched. You know, I didn't ask a lot of questions, Uncle Ocho. Like, you know, we had things we would do in the summer, whether it was Brand Jordan athletes taking vacations together, or us just meeting up, hanging out. And every time, bro, I would just be like, just watching, just trying to pick up any and everything, because as he's talking, he's giving game at the same time. You know, he take us out to eat, and we sit there and we talk, and he'll tell you, you know, hey, look, man, all you gotta do is average 5 to 6 points a quarter, man. That's 24 points a game. Like, it ain't easy. I mean, it ain't hard. You know, we make the game hard, but he broke it down to a science, you know, and had the work ethic to prove it. But yeah.
Does he seem real?
No, it really didn't a lot of times, because Uncle Ocho, that's who, you know, as a kid, I grew up watching all them Bulls games. Like I said, they played on WGN or something like that. And I know we had that channel. Yeah. They was on almost every night. So for me, he was like a hero, bro. It's like he wasn't even real. So to get the opportunity to rep the Jordan brand and be a part, or to be in that circle, like that was I can't even describe it, bro. We had such a great time. But yeah, he didn't seem real. He didn't seem real.
He doesn't. Ocho, listen, I've talked to Denzel face to face, had a conversation. Yeah. Samuel Jackson, Oprah. I saw Victoria, David Beckham. I mean, I've seen some of the biggest stars in the world. I've never seen anybody. It's like he levitating. I'm like, he don't, Ocho, man, this man glowing. You remember how Bruce Leroy, how he was glowing?
Showing up.
And showing up, how he was glowing. Yes, I swear. Yeah. And I'm not gonna be blasphemous, but boy, if you ever met him, Ocho, if you think about it, every athlete that ever meet him says the exact same thing about him. So I thought it was just me. I was like, well, you know, hey, I'm in the league. I made a couple of Pro Bowls, Ocho. I'm an All-Pro. I'm a pretty good player. So I say, well, you know, man, I'm starstruck. But then I hear people that's Hall of Famers and won championships feel the exact same way. I said, okay, it ain't no bull jive. No, he for real. I mean, and like I said, he different. Because I'm saying, you know, you think he gonna be like, hey man, how you doing? Bro, you just met me. You talking ish from the door. Bro, you know what I'm saying, Ocho? You ain't expecting that.
That's him.
Yeah.
I'm from the get.
Yeah.
I said, oh my goodness. But you got to. I've never met Tiger. So I don't know how that'll be. But I can't imagine it'll be. The only thing I probably could compare it to would probably be the other MJ. The OG MJ, Michael Jackson. That's probably the only thing that I can compare it to, because Mike was the only one that people pay all that money to go to the concert and don't watch it because they fainted. The man come out there and just stand, and people are just fainting.
Yeah, it was different.
So I think that would probably be the only thing comparable to it. I had the fortune of meeting Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like I said, I've met, you know, big. Had a conversation with Jeff Bezos. Ain't nothing like MJ, bro. Different. I'm sorry.
So you heard what Shannon Sharpe had to say. Isn't it clear? I mean, isn't it clear listening to Shannon Sharpe describe? As I was sitting there listening to him, I'm like, why don't you describe LeBron James like this? Why don't you say LeBron has has the same effect? He didn't even mention him. The next person he mentioned was Michael Jackson. And I'm like, if LeBron is as great as you say he is, and he is as impactful as you say he is, and he's the icon that you say he is, why don't you describe him like that? In fact, when he was mentioning famous people that he met that one would be starstruck by, he didn't even mention LeBron. I just think the whole thing is an act. I don't think Shannon Sharpe believes that LeBron is better than him. I don't believe so. I just believe that it became convenient for a lot of people in media to adopt that position. To be like, oh, LeBron is better than I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I don't believe there's any sincerity in a lot of what these guys are saying. You know, now some people may say, hey, look, man, you know, you don't know what's in that guy's heart. Yeah, I don't know what's in his heart, but I've heard what he said. And listen to him speak. You could tell that when he talks about one particular guy, he is 100% enamored by this guy's star power. And then the other guy, he's like, yeah, he's great and this and this and that. He spends half the time fighting with people for people to take him seriously the way he does. So to me, I think it's 100% clear that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And I don't think there's a question out there, and Shannon Sharpe just proves it with his comments. I mean, he literally just proves it with his comments. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.